Hello, welcome to Left Right Cab. Debate show is not really a debate show. My name is Tanner Hall.
I am Travis Pajoli.
Jake Rutter.
Look at him.
Yep, that's me.
Proud of you.
Yeah, just
We have to check whether the stream is working, so that's what you just heard now. Left Right Cab is a debate show. It's not really a debate show. We talk politics, philosophy, history, pop culture, while drinking wine and eating cheese and being pompous about it. Right. So, each week it rotates in terms of what we talk about and who buys the wine and who buys the cheese. I fucked up this time. I should have brought the wine. I totally forgot I was on wine. I brought cheese, so we have a lot of cheese here tonight.
Which is never really a problem.
It's never a bad mistake to have. No. We are joined off screen by our regular Antonio and the lovely Mara.
Hi, Mara.
Hello.
There you go. Your voice is forever on the internet, and you can't take it back now. So yes, this week.
Sell it as an NFT.
Yeah, sell it as an NFT. Just hello. That's all it's gonna be. It's gonna be a meme. You're a meme now. Travis is the subject this week, and also the wine. We had to hit up his personal stash for the wine. So, after you, lead us in.
Sure. Talk about the wine first.
Yeah, we'll start with the wine. Usually, I'm pretty pretentious about my cabs. No one has realized that by now. So, did something a little different this time and went out of the West Coast, though I guess it's still technically a West Coast. Is a Chilean cab sauv from the Maipo Valley. Usually, this is one kind of bought on a whim, mostly to go and see how it comes out. It's wrong.
That's all right.
Sure.
Sorry. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no one drank out of them. So, ultimately, discussion-wise, a whole slew of nonsense about how everyone, cares deeply about winemaking in the Andes, which I didn't really think you would be good at it, but so it goes. Ultimately, though, we're getting some very sweet tannins with black currant and tar with notes of oak after 14 months of barrel aging.
I don't like the nose. I think the nose is strong.
So they may, before you actually start drinking it, switch it around a bit, kind of just off-gas it on it. Mostly because this is a bottle from 2012, and that's why.
It's not aerated much yet. It does have a very boozy...
It is also 14%, so it is a lot boozier, or not a lot boozier, but still boozier than your usual cup. It's more on the kind of bourbon barrel age.
Also, if there's any subjects you want to hear us talk about, if there's any wines you want us to drink, or any cheeses you want us to try, please comment, contact us personally, let us know.
Send them to us.
Send them to us.
We'll test it. Even better.
We'll test it. We'll review it. There's some... If it's bad, we're going to shit on it. And we're going to tell our people not to buy this ever. But if it's really good, then you're going to make a lot of money. And by a lot of money, I mean...
we'll buy it again.
We'll buy it again.
All right.
All right. Cheers, gentlemen. Cheers, Antonio.
Cheers.
Wow. Oh, okay. Sorry. There's a fly around me. Oh, it's a moth. Hell, you're a moth.
Also, apologize for all the sweaty faces tonight.
Yes, there's no AC in here.
It's a heat wave.
There is an AC.
Oh, there's,
there,
but the
it's
noise.
not currently on because of the noise from recording.
Let me try this again.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I don't hate it.
There's no dry mouth.
Can you pass me a Triscuit knockoff? The rosemary.
Those are not. Those are actual.
Oh, these are actual Triscuit. Oh, fuck out of
We
here.
bougie as fuck.
Some cheese.
On Left Right Cab.
Yeah.
This is one I want to hit with the blue.
I can see that.
Because
Give us what it is actually.
I'm trying to... It's smooth. Surprisingly. Soft. Kind of silky.
Soft.
Not harsh on the back throat.
which is interesting because that's usually the kind of tannins that come through it, that almost like leathery piece. The fact that it even says tar. Yeah, it's the descriptions on it were like black currant, tar, tannins. So I was thinking something a lot harsher than what this is.
Yeah. I wasn't excited to drink it. Now, it's okay. It's okay. It's literally down the middle of the road for me.
Guest feedback? Mara, Antonio? What's your guys' y'all's stance on this?
It is kind of boozy.
Boozy.
It's pretty boozy.
Especially I think the aftertaste is a little boozy.
Yeah, absolutely.
14% is kind of up there for it.
Yeah. So,
I think Mara's on the I don't like reds making this terrible face.
Is this a red that would make you want more reds?
No, absolutely not. This is a red I'm drinking because I'm obligated to because I'm here. So
I'm a Riesling girl myself, and Moscatos. I love but these guys have been slowly getting me onto cabs, and we have had some very good cabs on this. Like, I was never a fan of the dry reds.
Tanner.
I like this the more
Three?
It's pretty what?
Three Finger Jack.
Oh, Three Finger Jack. The actual. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I didn't know what you're saying. Three Finger Jack is the actual best one, but that
Oberon is a number 2.
It is quite good.
Agitator was good. There's good ones. There's definitely good ones out there.
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead's trash. This is better than Walking Dead.
I actually like this,
This is
more
better.
that it sits.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
This is better than the
I
Great
agree with that.
American
This last sip was my best sip of
Fuckface,
it.
whatever that was 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
We also apologize for the delay. Normally we do try to do this bi-weekly now, but when things
there
come
was-
up, life is crazy.
Yeah, some Father's Day plans. People ship in town.
It's summer.
Yeah. And
My
thankfully,
hair went a different color since you last saw me.
So now we do ranking. It's a straight down the middle 5 for me.
I think it's a little low.
It's a 5. I like a little sweeter.
Well, yeah, I know that, but you like things that
I
are...
mean, you could convince me to push it up to 5.5. You could talk me into it. If you compare it to other things, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right.
this is a 6. I'm fine. It's a 6 to me.
It's a 6, yeah. I'd go 6 easy.
Part of, like, there's a real reason why I try to avoid South American cabs.
Number.
oh, I don't know, 4.5.
4.5.
You're hanging out with me.
That's an Antonio 6, though. We all know
It's,
that.
it's like dog years. It's a 6 in dog years.
Best one I've ever had. 3.
Yeah. I actually can't even remember which. Maybe that was. Oh, it was, I think the Stag or Agitator. I was like, I really like.
Yeah.
I really like
Agitator.
this.
I really like that.
3.
We're like, what?
Me?
No, it's
great.
Antonio.
Oh, Antonio gave it to.
Mara, score. 10.
So I usually don't like reds, period. Usually they're just like too much, but this one's almost good because honestly to me it's just like bland. So it's like
Fair.
The
not
poor
punching me in
Chilean
the face.
people.
So I don't know. I'm good with the 6.
Yeah, like it's again a very inoffensive red, but I'm not getting the black currants
No.
or the tar, which I think is their way of saying it should have tobacco taste.
Tobacco.
Yeah, but, there's
it
no
doesn't.
back out now. It's more fruity than that.
Price. Jake, how expensive do you think this lovely
This
Chilean
2012 Chilean cab.
was it bought in 2012? Are we
It
using
sat for a while. Yeah, it was
we don't-
bottled. It was aged. So it was made in 2012. Barrel aged for 18 months on it, and then it was sitting on a shelf somewhere.
Like actual retail or what you paid for it?
I'll explain the pricing on it later.
I know that, I kind of know that, so I'm gonna guess $15.99.
That's kind of right where I was.
You could say the same number.
No, that's silly.
$15.98.
Thank
$15.99.
that Bob Barker. I think this is. Let me look at the label. Label's important.
Oh, did we show the label to the audience?
I don't think so.
You know,
the label's kind of minimalistic.
It's
It has
it's
a
kind
very-
of a Robert Mondavi style
Yeah.
label.
So those
Yeah.
labels typically to me speak slightly higher price.
I think those labels speak slightly like mass-produced lower price.
I don't know
So
about that.
commonly, a more
Depends.
minimalistic piece is there not to draw your eye.
Yeah.
They want you to actually be like, oh, this is the wine that I like. For instance,
Class.
Three Finger Jack has a black label with just gold text on it, and that's it. Oberon's pretty straightforward.
All right, you said what? 16.99? No,
It said $15.99, yeah.
15.99. This was a 1995 wine.
1995. Mar?
You looking it up?
$17.99.
Oof.
The price is right here.
Yes.
Yep.
You
1601.
bitch. Asshole.
So this retails at $17.49 at Total Wine. Now that said,
Mark's closest.
I bought
as
it
close as I'm going over
on average
for less than that.
for significantly less than that. It wound up being about $6.99 per bottle.
Why?
Bulk wine sales. You don't actually have a choice in what you get. You can just pick the general styles, and this is one of the ones on it. Plus, behind this bar, there are many other bottles of wine tucked away as well.
Huzzah!
Many fewer than were originally.
Yeah, originally there were a lot, and then, it's been a couple weeks. So, but yeah. No, so $17.49 Total Wine.
Not bad for the taste. Fine.
Yeah.
That's a fair price.
I mean-
We've had some offensive ones when we were like, what was that one I brought? 28, 20. So it was expensive.
Yeah.
And then
it was bad.
and we were like,
Yeah.
it's a 3. What?
Yeah.
And the Great American Company was, I think, $15, and it was not worth $15.
No, it was not.
Ooh, I also like, is that Juggernaut? With the
Yeah,
wine?
Juggernaut's
I like
the one
that.
next to the
I
Stag.
like that.
The Argoni one was decent, but it wasn't $34 worth.
Yeah, it was not.
But I was there.
Yeah,
It was the only
I
cat
like
they
giving
had.
money to
Yeah.
local wineries and such, and there are quite a few good ones. I mean, earlier on we had one from Lebanon Green, which I think was like 17, and that like fit very much the price range. I think everyone was kind of on board with it.
Lebanon Green is just a good winery in general.
Yeah.
Though. I like
So-
their stuff.
Tiny place,
We should do an
right
episode
on the
there.
Lebanon Green.
We should do an episode there.
That would be fun. We can request it. Let's go do it.
They probably would let us do it.
And in the meantime, it is your topic. We will segue in. So that's our wine. That's our cheeses.
Dude,
And
well,
this
actually,
is
the
what-
cheeses to go. We haven't even touched on the cheeses.
There's a blue. Oh yeah,
Yeah, we actually found a blue that Tanner likes.
it's good. It's okay. Yeah.
I like it enough, but it's not as good as Cayuga. Not even close.
I think it's
Or
like
if
it's
you
a
was
whirlwind.
Jake and Travis like to suck on feet. All right, this is what it is, and dirty socks because that's what it really tastes like. This is I thought it was a pretty mild blue, and
It's more mild.
It is.
That's why I like
it's more salty rather than funky on it,
Exactly.
which I think is actually kind of nice. There's also a Dutch.
Yeah. I'm not
I
kink
know,
shaming out there.
This
If you
is-
enjoy
this is
sucking on
Dutch.
toes.
This is Dutch.
Okay, so the other cheese you got.
The other one is French. It's Comte, C-O-M-T-E,
And
accent.
because I thought I was on cheese today, I also brought a smoked Dutch cheese. I think
So
all the label said was smoked Dutch cheese.
I like that quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm actually very
Perfect.
pleased with all three of these.
Yeah, I'm happy with all three of them as well.
Yeah, the Comte, while a little pricey, is very delicious. Like, I
Awesome.
have no qualms with it.
On the side here, we have a Mark contribution of hot honey. You can try out.
Honey.
I would actually say if you're gonna try that with any, try it with
Smell good.
the French.
I can see that
Comte.
too. Yeah.
It's almost like a
Neat.
weird cheddar, but it's really soft.
Yeah.
So like it reminds me of a cheese I had as a kid.
It was like
But,
the
like,
little
we
cheese
didn't-
snacks. They come in little pouch boxes
Yeah.
and you cracking.
Yeah, like it wasn't
After school
anything like
snack.
super expensive or like, oh yes, I was hanging around fromageries as a small child. No, like it reminds me of like that
You had a good
processed
life.
style.
Oh,
No.
okay. That's very good. That cheese.
Is it?
Oh, that.
Is it hot? Hot is. I'm not.
It's
not
a hot
hot.
heat.
It's hot-ish.
I can't take it. I can't take
You-
it.
you can
I'm
take it.
shockingly Caucasian.
I know.
can't-
I know. We
as we learned,
we did the hot ones episode or whatever.
Yeah, you guys are
and
crushing it.
highly recommend.
You guys are doing the cheddar. I'm gonna do the smoked.
It's not cheddar.
No, it
Oh,
just
whatever.
reminds
The
me
Comte.
of cheddar.
Le Comte. All right.
It is similar in style to cheddar. That is.
Well, I'm canceled. I impersonated the French people.
It's
That-
kinda
that's
heat.
not a protected accent.
Yeah, it's okay. They're white too. But
That's really cool. Has sweet like honey.
Oh.
It's got a little kick to it.
There's the bead right there. That bead flavor. I'm not lying. That'd be a good bead. That'd be a good bead.
They do make jalapeno ciders.
Yeah, I know. Make jalapeno beers, and some people don't like what I do.
very true.
I'm sorry, Black Pond. That's my favorite.
All right, Travis. What are we debating today?
So, very recently, when I wrote this, there was quite the pop culture phenomenon of Loki that came out. It's the new Disney Plus Marvel show.
It's quite good.
Very good.
Fantastic. Watch it.
Bob Iger and Kevin Feige need more money, so please go and watch that. Now, one of the recurring themes in it, without giving too much away, is the entire concept of
Spoilers.
free will on this. And ultimately, the questions that I was kind of coming together with is, we talk a lot about free will and this kind of belief that, that's what makes America great, is our ability to just get up and do whatever, seize the day.
It's the source of Tanner's entire political ideology, I feel like.
I almost don't know if it's necessarily a political thing. I think it is somewhat of a. I'm not,
I mean, it's almost
to be
philosophical.
human gives you, to be human. I think ideally you have free will. I mean, without government oversight or oppression, you should. Yeah.
And, not the big brother in the state house or the big brother above, as Tanner has established previously. Now, there's a lot of kind of writers talking about it is to be human, to be free, to make these choices, to be beholden to nothing greater than yourself. Though, one thing that I wanted to go and kind of ask is, we almost see the concept of free will on a spectrum. So either, you're free to move about the cabin, you can do whatever you want, or you are ultimately, and Loki kind of touches base on this very well, you are acting out a part that has already sort of been predestined for you. So the concept of determinism is that anything that you would do is already established. You have one future, you are set on it, and it's an illusion. It's not a trick. And so ultimately, I guess kind of my question is, or for question one, do you think that we truly are free? I mean, Tanner, you kind of have given your position on that. Like, it's mankind's existence is predicated on this belief of free will. What about you, Jake? Or Mara? Antonia? And as kind of a sub-question to this, is free will directly compatible with the concept of fate? We're here on the metaphysics this week.
On off camera, you and I have spoken about free will kind of extensively, and it's something I've wrestled with quite a bit. I don't necessarily believe in determinism at large, but there is the concept of, does free will actually exist when we are a compound of chemicals that fire off in response to, stimuli? Yes, I guess, if we want to consider that free will.
Right, like,
scientifically.
Okay. So is there an argument that would is there an idea that, let's say fate is real. Let's say you have an end game, like an end.
Whatever you do is irrelevant. You will wind up.
You're going to end up at that spot.
This inevitability.
Sure.
Thanos
at that
is
point,
gonna snap his fingers.
You have a timeline that's going linear. How and it's going in a direction, and maybe not linear. Let's not say that it's going in a direction, and you can dip and gain just like Bitcoin through this, but you're continuously going.
Can't get away from cryptocurrency.
The end result,
you're going to that direction.
Always the same.
But you have the choice to, I'm going to not go to the restaurant today. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to ask that girl out on a date. I'm not going to ask that girl on a date. But it does get denied. It get denied. And so it does matter because you're ending up to cancer at the end. Whatever, what I mean?
Sure.
So is that a possibility? I'm not saying that's my belief. I'm just saying let's entertain a hypothesis.
Long enough timeline, everyone ends up with cancer.
Sure.
Provided something else doesn't kill you first.
Right.
That's just how cancer functions.
That's how.
I'm going to take a guess that my co-hosts here and very good friends are probably more on the side of random chaos in terms of on a universal scale.
Sure, but that doesn't mean you don't have free will. I don't think.
No, that is free will. Is the concept of chaos.
I'm certainly pro chaos. I think.
That's what I would. Yeah. Yes, if you had to ask me in the dark, what would I peg you to be?
Chaos.
Yeah, I would probably say that there is no or I guess to kind of bring another layer into this, Jake brought up your free will is nothing more than neurotransmitters and synapses firing and a certain amount of endorphins being released, serotonin exists, and it all influences how you act on things. Ultimately, your brain does that because of genetics and evolution. Long enough timeline, that stuff, how we perceive the world, is something, I'm going to say unique to humans, but like not really. I mean, fucking mantis shrimp perceive things way outside of our frame of experience.
But that you mean perception, like sensory perception?
There's no other way to interact with the universe around you outside of sensory perception.
No. Let me clarify why I say that.
Sure.
Because when you say mantis shrimp, you're talking about sensory perception, not the concept of perceiving, not the ability to perceive a concept. Those are not the same.
I would actually,
terminology.
You're right, and I would actually say that in more base sort of life forms, like an amoeba isn't sitting here pondering the intricacies of its existence.
I have a question then about, in regards to all this, with inevitability. Because let's say we're looking at time in two different vacuums, against two different tapestries, okay? In the vacuum of our lifetime, if I were to reach under here and pull out a gun, I would never advocate for this. Pull out a gun, shoot Travis in the head, and he dies. In the vacuum of our lifetime, in probably X 100 years, it would have a real effect on how the synapses, the stimuli that we have and partake in, and the decisions we might make in the future.
By we, as I mean everyone else who didn't get shot.
Everyone was
Everyone
around
was
here. Everyone,
like
people
you
that
now are
are
going to have me arrested. You're going to unfriend me. You're going to tell everyone never go to Land Drop again.
No, we'll stay friends.
Stay friends on Facebook.
Just on Facebook.
You're gonna
Arrested
what?
on Facebook.
You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna just literally blackball me and remove me because of that. However, and that's against the tapestry of our timeline. Now let's extend
the sacred one.
This other, the longer timeline, the longer tapestry of time, which is infinity of the universe.
Doesn't matter.
It didn't matter
Because
our sun will expand and it will consume our planet and it will consume our graves and we are
all of our existence
and the universe will eventually collapse in on itself and it won't matter. It didn't matter that it shot him in the head when you compare it to the tapestry of time.
So free will is different than inherent meaning or value.
Sure.
So I thought you were going in one direction with this, which I was kind of hoping you were.
Well, I'm saying the inevitability of as you would say, the heat death of the universe will take us all.
Entropy is the one constant.
Right.
Sure.
So, all right. So, yeah, let's fucking do this. Let's purge people.
So that actually moves into kind of
you're doing the why not
question
question
3.
right now is what you're saying.
Yeah. Is that
other than the
ultimately
moral bankruptcy behind it, put that aside for a sec.
Well,
even with that piece, so there's a couple points. I'm glad you went immediately to like purge level stuff for it, because the concept of morality moving forward in a sort of cosmic sense is more akin to my third question for it. But 2, we were talking about how it's all ultimately nurture. You theoretically shooting me, traumatizing these 3, except Antonio. He's not paying attention.
He just starts designing a tattoo off the bullet hole in your head.
Exactly. Now, all of those things influence that. If Jake is presented with a choice that because of his trauma he only has one option, does he actually have free will? If there was no other outcome for him to make, is the choice still his, or was it always going to act that way? And then taking it even further, if that is based off of your experience growing up, and to a degree, how you were born, you obviously
I agree absolutely too. An absolute combination of every interaction that happened before and after me to make my existence happen to this moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so what
Now,
if Jake's
would
free
you
will?
really ever have a choice that is truly uniquely yours?
So Jake has a choice. I shoot you in the head. Jake has a choice right now. Be appalled, call police, tackle me to the ground, subdue me, whatever. He has that. That is going to play out in almost every infinite universe out there, I think. But the other one is he's going to shrug his shoulder. He has the free will to shrug his shoulder and say, "I'm going to order a pizza."
I have the free will to pick the guy up and shoot him again.
Yeah. just to do it. Like he has that free will.
Yeah.
So what do you? I don't want to say he always has not. He will never have not one choice.
Because here's
right?
the thing.
So that is ultimately the thing. We perceive time in a linear fashion. There will only ever be one decision. So the near infinite multiverse that exists for it
what we're getting
is
to,
irrelevant.
this is what I was going to build up to too.
We're talking
Is
quantum
physics, exactly. Because I think this is why I subscribe to quantum theory, because chaos only works if you think of it through that lens almost for me.
Does quantum physics dissolve the idea of free will?
Oh, absolutely.
Just
I think absolutely it does, no question.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. If
Do you
quantum,
think it
quantum
leans
physics
more
is
towards
real,
determinism?
no,
Okay.
neither.
So it's
infinite determinism.
Yeah, yes, things will only happen in one way an infinite amount of times.
Right.
There is only, because again, a single decision can't be made
There is no
multiple
sacred time.
times in one action, in one
Right.
piece. You cannot perceive an act.
We don't catch.
I can't catch and kill this moth.
You did at one point though.
I did, but you know, so it
You have the
goes.
free will too if you want to chase after it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I can
Too shallow.
only ever go kill it or not.
Right.
And whatever the outcome is for it, there's only the perception of one decision being made. So while it's very easy to say like, oh yes, well, in a multiverse of existences and realities, all of these outcomes will play out. But because we can only perceive one of them at any point in time, it's ultimately a moot point of the others, and therefore all decisions are just singular and final.
That's it. I will say this. Functionally, we have free will. That's what I would say. When it comes to, I could throw this at Antonio right now if I wanted to. Like, of course I could. No question about it. I didn't do it. I really could. I could just fucking let go of it one of these times, and I'm not. Functionally, we have the appearance thereof of free will, I would say.
So I actually have a quote from Sam Harris about ultimately not the illusion of your free will, but the assumption that everyone else has free will to act, because again, you cannot perceive their understanding or how they are interacting with things. You can only assume that everyone else has those infinite options.
Well, there's also the inverse of that, the Kantian philosophy of like, everyone, you live in a simulation and everything else. You can only assume that the only thing that you can assume exists is you.
So here I have a question then. What if the Sam Harris quote and the other individuals? Okay. Can you say
I
it
need
one
to
more
find
time?
this.
Can
I need to find the exact.
Can you word it again, or as you said it at least?
Yeah, I'll grab it. So we need our beliefs to. All right, here it is. Argue. Believe that there is no such thing as free will, but ultimately we are better off without the entire notion of it. We need our beliefs to track what is true. Human behavior arises specifically from neurophysiology, and ultimately what we need to understand people and everyone else is to know that we can pull the levers that choose ourselves, but we have no predefined ability to control the decisions of others.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only make one choice in one moment.
Mm-hmm.
There is an infinite amount of possibilities on how you react to it that I am incapable of knowing. So where you all have free will, I don't. Now that said, because of that assumption, in your perception of reality, the opposite is true.
Does a person's moral beliefs eliminate their free will to make particular decisions? My question, that being,
Moral beliefs isn't
my question, my example for that would be, there is, again, this is all theoretical. Let's take a devout Christian man. He has the free will to do this, I guess, but because it will never happen, theoretically, other than what you see in the media, theoretically, he will never perform oral sex on a man. It will just not happen because his moral belief of religion, of the Christian believes that homosexuality is wrong, and he will never do it. So therefore,
No Christian has ever done it.
no, I know. That's what I'm saying. That you always see like the hardcore Christians getting busted with like gay prostitutes in the hotel. You know what I mean? Like
The liberal media that lies to you.
yeah, liberal media lies to us. That's the only thing they tell the truth about. Does he not have the free will to do it? I'm trying to word this in the.
Sure.
So,
I'm trying to
I
word
think
it.
you're chicken and egging morality though, because I think morality, if there's free will, morality is
Does his
derived
belief
from that.
system, because it deprives him of a choice.
Morality is not. But so morality. We're
I'm not saying morality. His
No,
religious belief system.
I wouldn't say that.
Interchangeable.
It is his conviction in that belief system
Sure,
that
sure.
removes it, and that conviction is a choice.
And move beyond that anyways. What I would say is that, like, you're interchanging morality with determinism. I don't think that they're one and the same. Like, you can have a morality, but it doesn't determine your life. Your morality is an assumed position almost, you know? Like, we all here have slightly different moralities. Like, I mean, I'm a vegetarian, but I've had meat a couple times the past couple weeks. Like, you know, it's like your morality is a set of guidelines that you choose for yourself, right? And I guess that, and by saying that, I'm inferring some free will. It's not the same as determinism, right? Determinism is actually just like your fate. You know, it has nothing to.
Sure, I don't know if I'm necessarily trying to describe. I'm not sure if I'm necessarily trying to describe determinism. I'm trying to say, is his option of performing oral sex on a man and participating in a homosexual act negate the idea of his free will to, in the first place?
Is this question essentially, if a Christian man sucks dick in a forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Well, someone would be,
unless
he was sucking his own dick, which
Unless they're both deaf. They're both deaf.
and he isn't sure what it is.
If I
But no, like, I'll actually take that.
if I blow a dude in the woods and no one's around to see it, am I gay?
Yeah.
So.
There's no
because
objectable observation of the act.
because
there
blowing,
is in fact
because blowing a dude doesn't make you gay.
Prison gay.
No, not even.
Now we're getting into other
So
some
moving,
stuff. Yes,
I'm gonna kind of just address that from a kind of like higher level for it. Ultimately, we'll say, just, you know, you're this Christian man in the woods. Stumbles upon a bear.
Am I giving or getting?
Doesn't matter.
Irrelevant to the question.
It is irrelevant. But we, as outside observers, would only be able to answer that based on the past and how we perceive that for it. We would say, yes, you are, because you performed a homosexual act. The act itself was homosexual. Maybe your inclinations aren't. Doesn't matter. The only one who has free will is the individual in that, but even they don't actually they're not truly free. Because arguably, whatever decision point they make, right? So this is where I was going back with the fact that it's predominantly nature-based.
Okay.
Because how you've grown up, the hundreds of thousands of years of hominid development into humans, you will only function in one way, to think and process the world in a certain way. Therefore, any decision you make is arguably based on that genetic development and the predetermined piece from it.
That's what I was trying to get at before, though, is that, like, your morality, your religion, all that stuff is sort of like irrelevant when you.
It is how you interpret the past.
Yeah, right. When you look at the framework of the way, at least the way we're talking about, you know, genetic determinism right now, is that
if my
your
parents,
moralities are relevant.
because of my genetics, my parents, my grandparents were, I end up having psychopathic tendencies because of whatever genetic.
Yep.
I had no free will on this. It's determinism, right? Or it's
doesn't mean you shouldn't be punished for it.
Yes. So there is a concept that determinism does.
But there's an example of where free will doesn't exist, right? That's what you're saying. Because of my
only
genetics,
ever
I had
do
no
this.
free will to choose to not want to.
I'm saying
Murder babies.
functionally.
So that's the thing is, do you know how frequently that is a defense of people taking this position of, I
do not
I
have
am
actual numbers,
no,
but
I
I'm
am
interested.
no other way.
The insanity.
I could
play.
only ever do this.
The insanity play.
And it's like, I don't consciously think, I want to go and dress up like a clown and pull out a Gacy. I think it was Bubba. What was the clown that he
Oh, it was a trivia question.
was? But
Yeah, can't remember.
point being, that you see that position of, I could only ever be this way. No amount of societal changes or anything else.
But isn't that his objective view of the world? He believes, or he's so conviction that he is this way. I'm a monster. I can never change. When maybe there's some therapy. Maybe there's some.
Oh, I think
maybe there's Jesus. Maybe there's whatever your reason is.
I don't think people can't change. I think people change all the time. Every 7 years, your entire genetic material is uplifted and replaced. You're not the same person forever.
It's refreshed.
Refreshed, yeah. Sorry, not your. So you're like it's refreshed exactly. Like your actual genes don't change, I guess.
Yeah, you're still you.
Refreshing.
But I mean, like, but also, the things that determine the way you act change is what I'm saying. Like you act very differently 7 years than you did 7 years ago.
18-year-old me is different than 25-year-old me. 25-year-old me is different than 35-year-old me.
Because your
and 45-year-old me is different than 35-year-old me.
Your interactions and your experiences drive that.
Yes, exactly.
So that pivots to the
doesn't mean you're the
nurture
same.
position.
Not having free will doesn't mean you don't change. That's what I'm saying.
So
Everyone
change.
I've witnessed severe changes in people around me.
So we'll bring that into the scope of determinism.
Mm-hmm.
Is that change
Still see no
predetermined?
Could
they only ever act that way?
Based on the framework we're describing now, yes. I just think it's. I mean, I would say free will exists because it's functionally relevant to talk about things in the scope that we are. Essentially.
Right. Grand scheme of things, hate, death, the universe will consume us all.
I think free will exists because quantum theories make a lot of sense, honestly. Because free will is quantum theory. It's almost like something that self defeats and also self explains. Like because
it's not a good theory.
Because decisions can be maybe because decisions can be made or a thing like literal like I mean not even just decisions like literally an atom can split or not split and because it didn't split. There's multiple timelines that are generated by that atom splitting.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like us.
But that lies the ultimate piece.
Yes.
We can only ever perceive it being one or the other.
But quantum theory says it's in a state of both, and that state of both is what generates multiple universes constantly and infinitely.
You're saying it's a Schrodinger's cat kind of thing?
I mean that is certainly
it's a.
I'm trying to dumb it down.
Yeah,
trying to explain it. So
that's certainly
because
the most simplistic view.
I just want people to be like, you guys talking too smart.
Too heady.
So taking
is
it
it
into
about that cat?
Yeah.
So actually talking about the cat.
Did the cat have a choice to get in the box in the first place?
The only reason why the cat exists. So that actually goes into the
if
more
we
nature
do,
development.
If we do, they do. Period.
No,
smart enough
I disagree with that.
I do not.
I don't think an ant has free will.
Why not?
Hive mentality and the lack of
there's
generally an
like
instinctual drive.
Do the Borg have free will?
Like cutest.
And Hugh, if you're Next Generation fan, that's the other one that broke free.
Yeah.
So
do the Borg have free will?
So a hive mind is really an interesting piece on it because a hive mind could be perceived as just one being.
Or
Having
Unity.
free
Or if
will.
you're a Rick and
Having
Morty
free
fan,
will.
Unity.
Yeah,
Unity people,
exactly.
Unity have free will. They still can go about their lives.
Maybe
like
the individual ant doesn't have free will, but maybe the colony of ants have free will.
So the concept of colony collapse
Yeah.
for bees is actually good kind of evidence why they are instinctually driven.
Hashtag save the bees.
Yes, please do. So with that in case though, if you remove that central piece, the hive collapses, they all die, it all goes to shit. So that generally said, I don't think all animals have free will at all. I also, again, based on your definition of what is an animal.
Do you think? Well, do we have? Well, can we? You're under the assumption that we do have it. You mean? If we have free will,
sure.
okay. Some animals, at least some animals do, no question.
Sure, I mean
dolphins definitely do. Like,
dolphins, squid,
Yeah.
octopi probably,
Octopi.
elephants.
Octopi.
You don't think they're driven by their main motive? I mean, we're driven by our main motive
We're-
of
so
reproduce
we-
and
we-
eat food. Like so.
Fucking
So
eat.
it's actually I think it's Maslow's hierarchy that all living things are driven by 5 things and 5 things only.
Yeah.
And it's
Exactly,
the
yeah,
desire
that's
of shelter, to reproduce, to find food, to sleep, and something else.
I
I think community actually.
Yeah. And
It's like to be social. I mean, in that sense, like
To a degree, a
But
form of
I think
community.
social is the last one. I forget what
Yeah.
the actual orders. I think food's the first one, right?
So food and sex, I think, are like the top 2.
So it's food, shelter, sex. Maybe it's food, sex,
No,
shelter.
I think shelter is 3rd, but
well, if it's personal, I take
Obviously.
sex first.
Overeating.
Yeah.
That's
I mean the irony behind
because
it
we
is
live
that
in a
you don't
society where
actually
there's a
need.
plethora of food.
Yeah, there's not a plethora of sex for your boy over here.
I mean, afterwards, you know.
Except
Only in
among
the woods.
co-hosts. Only in the woods. No one can know. No one can see.
Don't
Therefore,
make a sound.
Schrodinger's blowjob. Is it?
When we're in the
By the way,
box,
about Blumpkins.
we're both giving each other a blowjob.
Yeah. I guess
You
a
can do
glory
that
hole.
on that.
A glory hole is a perfect example of Schrodinger's box. It's both a woman and a
Schrodinger's
man.
hole.
It's
Oh,
Schrodinger's
I
hole.
mean, that depends on what side of the glory
It's
hole
a
you're
woman
on.
or a man on the, at
On
the
what
same
side do
time.
you know what gender you are?
But that is the case. And
Yeah.
if you are on that side, you also know what's coming in your mouth.
Yes, exactly.
So,
But I'm
In
talking.
one
I'm talking
instance.
the I'm the one putting in the hole.
yeah.
The person on the other side is both a woman
is the
and a man.
cat. Yeah, it is the cat.
Until I hear them cough, then I know.
Yeah,
It's a-
I would say not even always.
I'm gonna say.
Uh,
Oh yeah, she got a rough chin on her. There's a lot
And-
of blowjob references in the show tonight. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a one-track mind tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
Now, kind of going back to like animals for it, and I would actually even take it a step to just looking at mankind over the ages. I think that we have been able to develop the concept of free will more thoroughly now than we have 14,000 years.
Sure.
Okay. And again, it's because many of those other needs are being met, right? Like we switched to an agrarian, sedentary lifestyle. We're no longer immediately seeking out food. We can now dedicate time and resources to thinking about quantum physics and whether or not whoever's on the other side of the glory hole is both man, woman, a non-binary, whatever decision or choice that's there.
Lana says self-actualization is top and food is bottom.
So thinking of oneself.
Self-actualization. Do you think an octopus has has
That's
self-awareness?
she put in the comments. So
All right.
Wait, who did?
Thank you, Anna.
Lana.
So there are 5 though, I think, for the. I mean, I can just look this up.
we can look it up. We can just move on to because it's already at 40.
Oh, cool!
Go
Because
for
I
it.
have a awesome, fun thing to do. Oh God, please don't break
Every time.
Spider-Man.
So-
I'll let you look up this up. I have a
No, I'm not gonna
fun
look at
little
the,
thing activity that we're gonna do, and we haven't told Jake yet what it is. Travis knows what it is because I
Yeah,
showed him.
that's so great.
Oh, okay. So I do want to bring up this new kind of concept of free will,
Sure.
and it's from 2010. A study found that people mostly thought of free will in terms of following their desires, free of coercion, such as someone holding a gun to your head. As long as we continue to believe in this practical free will, that should be enough to preserve the sorts of ideals and ethical standards that we've established. So this is my type of free will. I'm able to make these decisions myself. So therefore, morality is not thrown out. To go
I think
back
it
to
is.
go back to
So
your piece.
I might be changing my. Did I say it would be thrown out? I don't remember.
You said that you either have free will where
morality blocks
blocks it, or
I'm gonna-
everything is predetermined.
I
and
think
all
I'm
morality is gone.
countering my own argument now because I just thought of something that literally just shuts it down. There's a very well known experiment of
Not Bandora. Who's the one
No.
who's electrocuting people?
it was
Because
not
I'm
just
being
that,
told?
not just that. It was here's a group of students. You're going to play prisoners.
Oh,
So
no,
it's the
it's-
Sanford Prison
And
Experiment.
Sanford
here's
Prison
you're
Experiment.
going to play guards and go to town and have fun. And the guards at that point were given free will and walked in with their morality,
Tortured.
threw it away. They said it's
Much more quickly than you might expect.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so now I'm thinking, you know what? They had free will, and they went it leaned towards power.
They had power, and that is what kind of moved to. So one of the things behind it is that all of those people are placed in a position of authority, and it is reinforced that you are both better and above these people. And that kind of speaks to human nature's itself, that people will dominate those weaker than themselves, which is, kind of shitty that we're all not kind of on the same playing field as people. But I don't remember.
Is it not like issue of selection though for like a? I thought of this
Temporary.
experiment like a lot in my life,
It's cooling down because it's hot.
and I
as
think
fuck
that
out.
the people who'd be willing to sign up for such an experiment might also have
So
character trait.
are all cops assholes, or are assholes
more likely to
driven
be
more
cops?
likely to become cops?
I would say yes.
To,
That assholes.
The
Cops,
second one more.
yes, exactly. Assholes are more likely to be cops just by the nature of the job.
Whereas
I would never-
those who have a nurturing nature will go into childcare, will go into nursing.
I would
will
never
go
want to
into-
be a cop. I'm too much of a pacifist. Like never.
Yeah.
Ever.
so the irony behind it is that
Wait, I'm
phrase
supposed
is
to arrest this
serve
guy
and
for weed?
protect.
Just get out of here. I'm like,
Yeah, I would be a terrible cop.
I would be the worst cop.
No,
As-
They
as
also
we've
would like
seen, though.
kick my ass.
As we have seen, especially with the Stanford prison experiment, you'd be surprised how quickly you could adopt that thin blue line.
No, I know that I wouldn't. I already know that. I have a lot of
I don't know.
morality
Can
that
you
I'm-
say?
The
Can
amount
you
of pacifists
I feel like
and
I can.
like people who are generally anti-war who got drafted and became career military service members is a lot higher than you'd think.
I'd love to see the I'd love to see the statistics.
So
See
it
the
was
statistics.
it was brought up through the draft was when service was compulsory.
Oh, I
so-
know, but I mean that's what I'm trying to say is that like,
Show me the numbers.
but a lot of but like again that's like the
I'm
people
kidding,
who
you
didn't
don't
flee to
show.
Canada because they were pacifists. Like there's like a
Many
you cannot have an objective pool of people when it comes to these circumstances, really.
sure, but
You
we'll
think,
take it
you
into
think
that
the data
position.
sample will always be too small?
And also tainted, because I would never sign up for something where I could have power over somebody else like that. I wouldn't want it.
Have you ever been? I mean, every single person here, and I kind of thought you as well. That you have managed a department, people,
Of course,
at some
yeah,
point.
yeah.
So
but,
you have had those power and authority over others.
but it's not like it's not like I've never been in a situation where I was like seeking it or electing for it. Like it's different. You
Is
know?
Jon
it's
Snow?
like it's the theory.
I never wanted it.
It's the theory that like well exactly right. Isn't the whole
I
fucking
never
speech at the end with
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage jerking himself off.
I didn't want it, but I totally volunteered to become the knight or the
You're the
Night's Watch
rightful heir.
commander.
I never wanted it.
Um,
She's my queen.
That's not really what I'm trying to say though. I'm trying to say like the theory that like politicians have a tendency to be corrupt, power hungry, blah blah blah, because the people you need a certain level of that to begin with to get to
They
that
say a
level.
level of
So
sociopathy.
that's for CEOs.
CEOs exactly same thing.
So
I
the
think there's
reason-
an element of that.
I think
This is not free will at all anymore.
Some
but
amount of
Yeah.
narcissism and sociopathy gets you a long way in politics and
In
pushes
business.
the power. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
so. Keep in mind that
That's what the money is,
it's
folks.
it's generally.
Think
I don't
about it
think
yourself.
it doesn't have to do with money. It is a benefit to it, but you keep in mind that people in these roles, CEOs, politicians generally, or I'm sorry, the politicians who actually go and vote on stuff, not the ones who just constantly run for re-election, Republicans.
You're right. Not one Democrat's ever tried it.
Oh, all of them do. But so with that, when you're in a position where you have to make decisions and policy points that influence the lives and direction of many, many people, you need to be able to separate a human element from it. So I think that's why you see a lot of
To dehumanize
sociopaths.
them.
To understand that when you're drafting a policy that states we have X amount of money to give to certain people by these standards,
Some will die essentially.
some will die.
So-
Some will not get the need that's needed.
But see, there's a difference between control and leadership, though, too. Leading is not
Way to-
controlling.
Way to sound like a motivational. Where's the giant mountain and the lake right underneath?
But it
that?
is true, though. Like being part of a team where you're
I'm
just
gonna,
like
I'm gonna get down a motivational poster and put it in my office.
being
You don't
part
have an
of, being
office.
part of a team.
Dang.
Like my leadership experience, being part of a team where you're guiding a group of people in a direction that you're also part of is different than being someone at the top of a pyramid where you're controlling people below you.
Sure. So, a perfect example would be someone like a scout leader they should be good leaders and instructors, and they're not trying to be power hungry over.
You're talking about
kids.
like Cub Scout leaders.
Sure. Yeah.
So why do many of them sexual? Well, not many.
We're not getting into that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just okay. Fine. What?
Sexual assault cases.
I
For
understand
Scout
it
leaders.
exists. I understand it actually literally happens. But there's for example, leader of there's an archery range, the JOAD program at the range
Yep.
at all. So it's like there's a leader who's in charge and is instructed as not sexually molesting people. They good like
Well, that is how high the bar is set.
what?
Good
insert
job.
whatever.
We did it.
Okay, Boys and Girls Club of
Mission
America.
accomplished.
Big Brothers Big Sister
Yeah,
programs.
absolutely.
Okay, they're leaders and they're mentors and they're not
So
like raging pedophiles.
I'm glad raging was the qualifier. It's like
The
they're
descriptor.
mild. They're mild pedophiles. No, I do think the Boys and
How do you
Girls
want your
Club.
pedophiles? Mild, medium, or hot?
Obviously,
Hot.
like,
Too spicy. Hot's too spicy.
No,
okay,
obviously the Boys and Girls Club of America do great things for cities and for youth throughout it. And I don't think, and again, I haven't seen articles from this, not to say that I'm actively looking for some QAnon level of pedophile hunting. You don't really see it in that. And one of the other pieces behind it is that those are businesses that have responsibilities. And I mean, I'm pretty sure Boys and Girls Club of America is a nonprofit, but
I
think
hope
it is.
so.
I mean, fucking the Komen Foundation for Breast Cancer is a business
It's
first
for
and
profit,
foremost.
yeah.
So, yeah, back to cancer.
So speaking of these, so we'll segue.
Yeah.
And speaking into these sociopathic, power-hungry people, I have
we
a
have,
gift
we have a surprise.
for Travis. For
Not for Jake, sorry.
For Jake.
It's all mine.
I haven't opened it yet. I got from you can't look at show it up yet. I got from a source. We'll say where.
His Connect.
If I connect, political collectible trading cards.
It has a chase rare.
It has chase rares, and the big one you want to get, Dr. Fauci. So we're gonna crack these packs here.
Nice.
And see who gets the best packs, and we'll debate kind of who clearly wins the pack war.
How many packs are there?
I believe there are 6 packs. That means
Nice.
2 each.
Nice.
I think it's 6. Well, we're gonna find it. Oh no, you're not supposed to look. I thought it was 6 packs. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, bro, this is good. They're not coming out. There's like okay, they're not. It's just 2 packs, kind of whatever. I kind of like this one though. This one's dope. Oh, here are the 3 things. Okay. So here are 3. Don't look at them. Keep them pinned down in your hand. Pin, close it with your hand. There we go. Okay. Here's that one. Okay. So Jake, who did you get? These are the chase rares. These are the normal cards, and these are like the chase mythic rares. Okay.
Okay.
Jake, we can reveal it on camera. What did you get? You flip it over.
I got first president since Carter without a new war.
Donald Trump.
Make America great again.
Who was it?
First president since Carter without a new war.
And you have a Donald Trump card?
Yeah, I guess it's like specifically the MAGA card. I think. Like the presidential.
And you, my friend? Can I see it?
I have. God. Fuck this guy.
I kind of want this.
I have Alan Dershowitz. Did he actually sign this?
Yeah, there's a signed card. It's a real permanent marker sign.
How do I fake this to destroy his life like he's destroyed our economy?
I got the cool one.
He didn't. He got the fucking Surgeon General.
I have Jerome Adams, and with it comes a cool Lincoln stamp and a Maryland quarter.
That is pretty cool.
Alright, that is a lot cooler than like Admiral Jerome.
And on the back,
Mine's like the least cool one.
on the back, you have received a limited edition Pieces of America card. The card contains a genuine U.S. postage stamp and U.S. state quarter. And it says 20th Surgeon General of the United States. This is, you know what? I might buy another box of these. These are kind of neat.
That is cooler than Alan Dershowitz.
So you got a signature.
Yeah,
What if you had
signature.
something? What if you had? I think one of them was RBG's signature.
So like an RBG
I would
signature would be
fucking
like
frame that
would be
shit.
dope.
Yeah.
Please frame this. It's so good.
Alright.
Okay, so let's go through the actual other cards that we got here. Okay.
That's how you can rank the wines. Just put the cards in front of it.
Just like this list goes in front of the walking.
All right. So we can trade and swap. These are trading card games, right? So we can. Oh, this is broken up in different things. Okay.
There is no rules to this game.
There are no rules to this game, I
Just trading
guess.
cards, yeah.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hand 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna flip them over. I have not really looked at any of these at all, and we're just gonna flip it over and see who wins in a political showdown. All right.
3, 2, 1.
I might not know some of these people.
I don't know this one. Brock Pierce.
I do not know Gina Raimondo.
Gina Raimondo is the mayor. I'm sorry, she's the governor of Rhode Island.
She's Democrat. Oh, Rhode Island, right next door. Oh, sorry, Gina. Since March 3rd, 2001. It has all their stats on the back. It's a literal card.
Oh, it's an independent one.
Oh.
So I'm going to automatically vote for the independent. I did not enjoy how she's run.
I actually like Gina
I
Raimondo.
know.
She's done pretty
He
solid
was a
things for her.
2020 independent candidate for president, apparently.
He
Pioneer
did
and
not do
innovator
well.
in digital currency technology, cryptocurrency, and blockchain technology. This is like your card.
Obviously, he's that's pretty.
Okay, so let's
right.
actually talk about the real winner, Champ Biden.
Of course.
Champ got kicked out of the White House. So,
Really?
Yeah.
So some of these
he
are
attacked
unnamed.
people. Mine is a House of Representatives member from California because they have 1.5 million of them.
So let's talk about the COVID silent enemy Donald Trump card.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Delightful.
Mm-hmm.
The silent enemy is
Oh my god, I'm keeping this. This one's mine. None of you can have it. It's
Is it
Joe
Ron
Biden
Paul?
gaffes. Poor kids are just as bright as white kids.
Yeah, you can keep that one.
And it's foiled.
You can keep that one.
oh good god.
Oh, this is great. Can we? I'm buying more of these. I'm buying more of these.
We'll do
Oh wait, I got George H.W. Bush,
Of course.
That is not. Oh, that is H.
George
W.
H.
That's him
W.
getting the model of freedom,
the presidential freedom
despite him
bill,
not actually.
with Obama on it.
All
Oh,
right.
you can take a. Oh, here you go.
Vivek Murphy. So I grabbed 3 of them.
Tammy Duckworth. What a good name.
Yeah, she's Wisconsin senator, House of Representative member. She's a former
And then
military.
the people that were in
Illinois.
Russiagate.
Illinois, is Tammy Duckworth? But she's
These cards have a massive banner on it called Russiagate. And the Russian conspiracy with Trump. And these are key players. The former head of MS-16, the DNC consultant.
There's the other guy.
Yeah, Vivek Murphy, another Surgeon General
Bill
candidate.
Stephen.
There's
no one
COVID-19 like key players with the COVID-19 logo in the corner.
God, I've grabbed so many fucking like House of Representative
else.
members.
Committeemen. I got like
Cedric
low
Richmond.
tiers.
You got low tier
What is
people.
this?
There's low tier.
Yeah,
This
another fucking. That's like 4 House of Representatives
I
members.
got Ken Buck, House of Representatives.
this is great. So we have an Alan Dershowitz signature.
You got some Trump MAGA
Let's
stuff.
put the House ones together.
Okay, so that is my whole stack.
You have an authentic limited edition cut signature card by Alan Dershowitz. So this is a limited number of the. You should feel important, and special with that.
This dude was accused by Epstein's like victims. He is a scumbag.
This
take
box cost me $10.
Worth it.
So good.
I got the current head of NASA.
That's kind of cool. So yeah, this was my treat for you.
Ooh. Dallas Card Show.
What?
Dallas Card Show, apparently. Why is that?
I don't know.
Oh, 2020 Green Party nominee for president.
Correct.
And
I'm sorry, his
also-
name is actually Dallas Card Show. That seems very fitting for a Green Party candidate. So,
Yes, it is.
delightful. It
I
is
forgot
now.
it is now.
Oh, these are neat. I wonder why it's like a Maryland coin.
I think they just.
Oh, is he from Maryland?
I don't actually know where Jerome's from.
And U.S. card. They might have just picked a random quarter.
Mm.
I like the stamp though. It's like 3D. It's like kind of like or it's like caved. It's really cool.
Yeah, I do like that.
Okay, so being $10, maybe I'll buy us each a box next time,
That'd be cool.
and then we can like
We can compare the 3 chase rare pieces.
who got.
I do really like this card. I don't know why.
Did you give him the auditions? Wasn't you?
Yeah, I'll take the MAGA Trump one.
Please do. I'll
No.
take this card.
Zero President New War. I kind of want that one. I really like it, but I kind of do like this. This is great. So yes, we're gonna enjoy this.
Sweet Jesus.
That was our.
It says congratulations on it.
You got
For
Alan Dershowitz-
what?
For getting Alan
You have
Dershowitz.
received a limited edition authentic cut signature card, but enjoy your autograph card from Alan Dershowitz.
So I'm
So
just gonna.
boring. This is so boring.
Boring. To give a little bit from Dershowitz's Wikipedia page.
Here we go.
He served as the appellate advisor on the OJ murder trial. He was part of the Dream Team with Johnny Cochran and F. Lee Bailey.
That's how I know.
He was
That's
the
how I know.
defense attorney for Harvey Weinstein in 2018, and also for Trump's impeachment. He was also the legal defense for Jeffrey Epstein, and was actually the person who got the non-prosecution agreement for Epstein.
Nice.
So, yeah, fuck this guy.
You can collect all 6 of the nicknames that Trump used during his press conferences to refer to the COVID-19 virus. The silent enemy is one of those.
Collect all 6.
Collect all 6 of his code ways of what he would never call it COVID-19 or SARS-CoV-2. It was. Okay, now we gotta buy more.
The Wuhan flu.
We gotta finish.
Chinese virus.
Yeah.
So we gotta buy more boxes. Get the full set of these fucking cards. I'm kind of curious what more signatures there are. If there's really good, what if there was like a Hillary Clinton one? Like I'm not a fan of her.
If there really was an RBG signature, I'd be. There's no fucking way. I cannot. I wouldn't believe it.
I would actually.
How? Where would they get it from?
They probably did print these.
Yeah.
These are. It's not printed. I think that's an excerpt, right?
It's cut from something.
It's cut it.
But also, this came out.
Yeah, he cut a bunch. The problem is he said, "Hey, sign. We're gonna give you $10,000. Sign of these." And okay, sure.
Right.
Honestly, Dershowitz probably charged more.
Whatever the number was.
Signature. What's it going to use for? Trading cards?
But there might be cool ones. Like, let me tell you something. Like, if I opened up, this is me now. If I opened up a Rand Paul signature, I'd be pretty stoked. Oh, yeah. I really like Rand Paul.
I actually would be stoked too. Actually,
yeah, like that's cool. All right,
so just buy more.
Just to sell
and
it
let
to
the
you.
free market decide.
All right, I'm gonna buy more. We might do this again. Maybe we'll do it off camera and just enjoy these. And we're gonna start collecting these stupid cards. I'm sorry if we're collectors at heart. We collect a lot weird, other cards. So this might be a bad problem.
I mean, $10 for
it's crossover crack.
I do actually like the Biden games.
You can have the Biden games.
I would like to see what other ones.
You can keep the Biden gas one.
Can add it to my Mago.
It literally says poor kids are just as bright as white kids. One of his ridiculous statements.
And that was during the primary.
It was during the primary, and it's foiled. It's like holographic.
Keep in mind, he won.
August 9th, 2019.
This one's actually for you, Tanner.
Who is it?
Is that the Libertarian?
Is that the Loomis? It's a Republican
from
Wyoming. Wyoming. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a WV, but yeah, right, Wyoming.
She's new. She's new.
I don't know her. I don't know. Like I know George H.W. Bush clearly, so that one's like
that's a solid card. Yeah.
That's a solid card.
I do know Gina Raimondo.
What if you got?
I will cherish forever a Dallas card show.
What if you got a signature of Rudy Giuliani?
I would probably want that.
Can I ask you a question?
Ridiculous!
Before we go,
an effigy. Yeah.
You have access to the internet? It looks up.
Yeah.
Can you eBay the Alan Dershowitz signature and see how much it might be going for that card? It's called Decision 2020 Series 2 Political Trading Cards. Man, I wanted Dr. Fauci so bad.
That's the chase rare.
Is it?
eBay.com. $1.
Jesus.
It's more than $1?
It's $1.
It's $1.
$1.
That's great. This was fun.
I want to see what's the highest selling card for this series.
Okay, yeah. Decision 2020 Series 2. I'll just order more. I'll order more for my show. This was so stupid.
Over $15.
$15?
I looked at over $15.
And it's who?
Donald Trump.
A signature?
The gold coin card is $18.50.
Dope. I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I like gold and silver and shiny things.
You're like, this is what I'm actually here for.
It's not actually. I was excited when I saw silver. I'm like, oh, this is silver. This is a perfect card for me.
Decision 2020 Series 2 sketch card Donald Trump 1 out of 1. There's a 1 out of 1. $1,000.
And what is it?
And if it's 1 out of 1, it means someone already has it and they're selling it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the 1 out of 1 card, but still.
What is it? What is it?
It's a sketch card.
You mean he drew a sketch of like a cat or some shit? What is it?
It's a sketch of Donald Trump by I don't know who.
That's important.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Like Banksy? If it's Banksy, yeah.
The signature's weird. You can see it here.
It looks like Birch, but holy shit, I want this cover.
Would you pay $1,000 for it? Is the question.
I don't know if I pay $1,000 for it. But I really
just
want
like
that. Yeah, if Jake puts it on the screen or
I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, it is.
Who is this hippie guy?
That's the independent candidate.
Oh, Brock Pierce.
Yeah.
Independent education unknown. As many independents. We don't know where you're from.
What do I need? A license to use a toaster?
Investor in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. That's his credentials.
That's why I thought you would like that one. Yeah.
Brock Pierce. He sounds like a wrestler name, like Brock Lesnar.
The dude looks like a discount Bond villain.
Yes.
He looks like.
It's accurate.
He looks
Pierce
like.
Is gonna send us hate now.
I hope so. Fuck.
He looks like if what's his name, Alfie Allen, looked 1 degree more attractive.
It's like the weird hair part is.
Here's one that's not 101. It's Donald Trump 2020 Army versus Navy Americans game used football relic.
The fuck is a used football
It's got like a
relic?
piece of like
The football?
It's got like a piece of a jersey in it. Look at it. Used football piece.
Sweet.
This is
All right.
$377. Is that what the buy it now price, or people are bidding on it?
That's the buy now price. Oh no, that's the bid price.
All right, so there's money. There's legit
There
money.
is money here. Here's a there is a Hillary Clinton signature. Holy shit! Right here, look at it.
And how much is hers?
300.
Okay,
Alright, so
we might be
there's
cracking some
flex.
boxes. I might buy a case.
I don't know.
Okay.
How much would that do?
6.
$60 for a
$60.
case. Yeah. Fair enough.
My cost. Gotta charge you retail. Gotta charge you guys the 20 something bucks they are.
The Donald Trump green foil card is $250.
So there's actual Chase money cards.
There are money cards in here.
Sell it in the shop so I can use my store credit on it.
There you go.
Oh, there's a Sarah Palin autograph.
Oh, what's hers for?
$250.
Jeez.
This
All
is
right,
crazy. All right, we're good. We're just now looking that stuff up for our own entertainment.
All right.
This was Left Right Cab. We talked about free will. We opened up crazy funny cards. We drank a bunch of
Super
wine.
tight episode today, guys.
Yes, we're trying to make it short and trim. As we just went off on a tangent there, we apologize. Just us enjoying funny stuff. But if you like reaction videos, that last part was great.
Yeah.
So
Tune in for our other channel, unboxing stuff.
unboxing political cards.
Left, right, unboxing.
So yes, we will be not next week, but the following week. Have a great 4th of July. Stay safe. Be hydrated. Please don't die of the heat stroke.
And for those tomorrow, happy Canada Day.
At least up here, it's going to be very cool over the weekend, so enjoy that cooler weather.
Thank God.
Yep.
Alrighty, this has been Left Right Cab. I'm Tanner Hall.
I'm Travis Pajoli.
I'm Jake Rutter.
Thank you. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
This cheese is sweating.